I got a message from my unknown daughter calling me a deadbeat father who abandoned her. I'm 43 and got an Instagram message that destroyed me. A girl named Elara, 20, said she was my daughter and that I was a coward who ran when her mom got pregnant. Problem is, I've never abandoned anyone. I don't even have kids. She mentioned her mother's name was Celine Marquez. That hit me like a truck. Celine was my girlfriend 20 years ago. We dated for 8 months until she suddenly ghosted me completely. I remember our last conversation perfectly. We were planning to see a movie that weekend. Celine seemed happy, maybe even excited about something. But when I called her the next day, straight to voicemail. I tried calling for weeks, went to her apartment multiple times. Her roommate Tessa always said she wasn't there, but I could swear I heard Celine's voice in the background once. Tessa seemed nervous, like she was hiding something. I even showed up at Celine's work at the campus bookstore. Her manager said she'd quit without notice and didn't leave a forwarding address. This was completely unlike Celine. She was responsible, always gave 2 weeks notice for everything. I figured she found someone else and was too scared to tell me. It hurt, but I moved on. Alara's message was brutal. She said her grandmother Marisol told her I begged Celine to get an abortion, then threatened to deny the baby was mine when she refused. She said I told Celine to handle it herself because I wasn't ready to be tied down. None of this was true, but Alara had lived with this story her entire life. We met at a coffee shop downtown. I brought a folder with old photos of Celine and me, plus phone records from 2003. Alara looked exactly like Celine. Same dark hair, same brown eyes, even the same way of tilting her head when she was angry. She spent 2 hours telling me about her childhood, how she had to explain to classmates why her dad wasn't at school events, how her grandmother worked 2 jobs after Celine died in a car accident when Alara was 5, how she got scholarships because there was no college fund from a father who cared. Every word was a knife. She wouldn't look at my phone records, said anyone could fake old bills. The photos just proved I dated her mom. Not that I didn't know about the pregnancy, but something bothered me. If they really believed I abandoned them, why didn't anyone ever ask for child support? No court papers, no legal action, nothing. For a family convinced I was a deadbeat father, they sure never tried to make me pay. I also remembered something weird about how Celine disappeared. Her car was still in the apartment parking lot for weeks after she stopped taking my calls. Then one day it was just gone. And Tessa, her roommate, had been acting strange when I kept showing up. Not just annoyed, scared, like someone had told her what to say. I decided to dig deeper. I tracked down Celine's sister Alondra through social media. She was living 3 hours away, working as an accountant. I sent her a message explaining who I was and that Alara had contacted me. Alondra agreed to meet after I explained there seemed to be confusion about what really happened with Celine. Alondra brought a notebook full of questions. She looked like an older, more serious version of Celine. She told me Celine had called crying in 2003, saying her boyfriend dumped her when she told him about the pregnancy. But here's where it got weird. Alondra admitted she'd been away at college during most of this and only heard the story secondhand from their parents. She'd never questioned it because Celine had been so upset. When I showed Alondra my phone records proving I tried reaching Celine for weeks after she disappeared, her face changed completely. She studied them like she was seeing evidence of a crime. The timeline didn't match. If I had dumped Celine immediately after learning about the pregnancy, why was I still desperately trying to call her? Why were there dozens of calls spread over 3 weeks? Alondra went quiet. She said she needed to think about everything and would call me soon. 3 days later, Alondra called me at 11 p.m. crying. My parents lied to everyone. Celine never told you she was pregnant because my father made her disappear. He found out about the baby and forced her to move states without telling you. They created the deadbeat father story to explain why you weren't around. Alara's entire life was built on a lie.